olive yeast mixture. Dried yeast is perfect for this. Just a couple of sachets, about 14 grams, and I mix it with a little flour, any sort of flour, and a teaspoon or so of sugar. A couple of tablespoons of water added at room temperature, as long as your room is not freezing. And the process will energize the dried yeast. That's just set aside for a few minutes. Step 2, into a large bowl, I put flour. I'm using a mixture of plain flour and wholemeal flour. The wholemeal would give it a good rustic texture. I make a well in the center. Well, not so much a well, more a hollow. And into that goes some oil, looking for an oil that's low in saturated fat, such as an olive oil, canola, or peanut oil. Once my yeast mixture is alive and well, as it is here, all lively with bubbles, I add that, mix comprehensively with the oil, and then add water. I need to add enough to give me a firmish dough. There's a common misconception that you have to add salt at this stage to allow the dough to prove. I'll prove that's not the case. Once done, it's covered with a damp tea towel and left to stand in a warm place. Step 3, my favorite ingredient, the onion, is sautéed in a little oil. Just for a minute or so. Once it's softened, in go some stoned olives, green or black. I actually prefer black calamatas, which I've stoned myself. A couple of tablespoons of olives, and then some herbs. Any Mediterranean type of herb will do nicely. Rosemary, oregano, or thyme. You could use parsley or mint, or any combination that you like. Preferably fresh, but you could use a teaspoon of mixed dried herbs. Once the ingredients are all incorporated, I just put the pan on one side and allow it to cool and come to step 4, the dough, which should have doubled in size, and it has. And I can get kneading. Simply flour a work surface, tip the dough onto the flour, and get to work. Adding more flour if the dough sticks to my hands. I keep doing this for 4 or 5 minutes. It's great exercise. The yeast just smells fabulous. Once it's knocked back, I can add the olive and onion combination and knead that well in. I then divide the dough into 4 and shape for baking. I'll get 4 loaves from the kilo of flour that I've used here. I shape into rough circles and then put onto lightly oiled pizza pan or baking tray. I cover again with the tea towel and allow it to prove for a further hour. One last thing I do is dimple the surface, rub on a little olive oil, poke in a few olives, and it's into the oven. A hot oven, 200°C, for about 20 to 25 minutes. Your nose will tell you when it's ready. Now, if you'd like the recipe for olive bread, just write to Consuming Passions, ABC Television, Box 9994 in your capital city. And here it is, olives, onion and fresh herbs baked into an Italian-style bread. Taste of the Mediterranean, achievable in your own kitchen. From Consuming Passions, till next time, bon appétit.